Well, let's just get right into it, why don't we? I hope you guys had a great rest of your day yesterday, enjoyed yourself. But let's get back into our trading mindset and start breaking down these charts. Okay, so over here on NQ, I got the daily time frame pulled up. What I want to chart out first is previous day high up top, yesterday's high. Then I want to chart out yesterday's low right there. All right, so I've gotten yesterday's low charted, yesterday's high. We can chart out all-time highs up top or weekly high, if you will. It's all-time highs, weekly high, either one. Got all-time highs up there. And then we got some external liquidity down here on the daily level. We are definitely right in the middle. We are right in the middle of both yesterday high and yesterday low. Yeah, I mean, we could look exactly here. Let's see. We pretty much are exactly right in the middle. Yeah. So we're really gonna have to wait for price to choose a direction today. Let's go to a 4-hour time frame real quick. Remember, we are still in this 4-hour bearish breaker that we charted out yesterday. I'm not going to keep it charted, but you guys remember this level. Okay, we're still in that bearish breaker. We're back at the bottom of it. Keep that in mind. Besides that, on the 4-hour, that's really the main level I'm looking at. If we go down to a 1-hour, let's look at a few 1-hour levels here, see if we find anything. So remember, we disrespected the hourly bearish imbalance here. We're still on that big one up here. Let's see. We've got a small hourly imbalance right here that we're inside of right now. So 1-hour SIBI here that we are just trading into. Let's keep our eye on this one. We're grabbing buy side liquidity right now. And then on an hourly time frame, we also have sell side liquidity down here at this swing low. So we got some sell side here. And then obviously our buy side is at yesterday's high on external level, and then all-time highs. Those are our two external buy side liquidity levels. Yesterday's low, we got two very equal lows, and then we have an imbalance down here on the hourly. Look at that. To me, that looks like a pretty strong draw on liquidity right there. So we got 1-hour busy. Look at how we have both of these equal lows right here at yesterday's low and right into an imbalance down here. Pretty strong draw on liquidity there. Would not be surprised if we go and try to target that at some point. Let's go to a 30-minute real quick, see if we see anything good here. Anything noticeable for us to chart out. Looks like we've got a nice 30-minute bullish imbalance right here. And a 30-minute order block here. We can see we traded down into this 30-minute busy, bounced off of it. So another level there that we've traded down into, bounced off of. And then we have a 30-minute busy up top, or a SIBI up top, as well as a 30-minute bearish order block up there. So we've got a few levels up here on the 30-minute. Okay, and then let's go down to a 15-minute. And I already have my Asia high, Asia low charted out, but let's see where it's at. We got our Asia high over here at 10:45 p.m. that we just swept. And then we have our Asia low down here at 8:45 p.m. And we really traded pretty low last night. Let's look for our London low. Looks like this is our London low all the way down here. So what we're going to do is find our London high real quick. We can remember it's 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Eastern. So it looks like our London high is up here. We just swept that level as well. And then let's just change this to London low down here. All the way down here at 4 a.m. we got London low. All right, so we swept Asia low, created London low. We have not come back for London low. We're in an hourly bearish fair value gap. We're bouncing, right? So we're right in the middle of our daily candle, or of our daily range from yesterday. So pretty much we're really going to have to wait for price to pick its direction today. We do have a lot of sell side liquidity. Again, we did drop overnight. We got a strong drop overnight. We have a lot of sell side liquidity. We have equal lows down here at external lows. We got our London low that has been unmitigated so far. So I could definitely see us heading down for some of the sell side liquidity down below. If we look at yesterday's daily candle, let's look at it one more time. We didn't get any of the fall through to the upside, right? We came up, and then we dropped all the way back down and ended up closing almost bearish there. I know the daily candle today has opened up green. We are bouncing off a bullish imbalance. But again, this is going to be a day we're going to have to be very, very reactive. We're going to have to be very reactive. Really, really waiting for the right setup to come into play. You shorted the night 100 tick move. Nice, Valenta. Good stuff. That's always nice. Coming into the day already green, not even having to worry. That's a great feeling. So we can see right here we had kind of news. We had news come out around 8:30. So we saw a big drop into that 30-minute busy. Ended up bouncing right back. So we've got some equal lows down here as well. We can see that right here. These two lows are equal lows, relative to equal lows. You can see that on the 5-minute, 4-minute, 15-minute time frame. Equal lows here, equal lows all the way down here. So we've got a lot of sell side liquidity that looks, pretty good. Looks like price would possibly go and try to target that. Again, we are trying to break structure to the upside right now, or should I say market structure shift. Again, we came up down here. We formed a little bit of a breaker pattern here on the 15-minute. You can see like a low, high, lower, low. Actually, technically a unicorn model. We talked about this yesterday, right? Low, high, lower, low, displacement of the high. And then we see this, I guess it would be this up close candle technically. Right here, that would be the breaker, and then you can see the fair value gap here on the 15-minute that we traded into. So bullish breaker down here. We'll have to keep our eye on that as well if price does want to trade back down. So we're bouncing off the hourly time frame. Let's see how this first 15-minute candle wants to open or wants to close. We're getting a strong reaction right now off that hourly. We traded up into that hourly SIBI. We're really bouncing off that level right now. Let's look at ES over here. ES is still kind of moving up here. ES is still trending up, and it did actually break structure to the upside. Let's see if we have any SMT divergence here. It looks like we've got a little bit of SMT up here. A little bit of SMT divergence. ES is still really pumping. I do want to look at and see how the VIX is opening. The VIX is opening kind of bearish right now. And YM is pumping as well. So we're kind of choppy right now. Market open here for NQ. If we look at a 1-minute time frame, very choppy here. Very, very choppy up and down. This is one reason I really don't like to trade right at market open, guys, is this price action right here. All that choppiness. Don't really like to trade that. Looks like we're trying to break out to the upside right now. Looks like we're getting a strong move up here. Remember, we don't really have a lot of buy-side liquidity above on the external level. We've got yesterday's high, and we've got all-time highs. That's our only external buy-side liquidity levels that price would be targeting. We can go into our internal levels. There's not much on the 15. Look at the 5-minute here. Not too much on the 5-minute. We've got a swing high up here. You can see one liquidity level here. Let's look at the 1-minute time frame. See if we have any other levels on the 1-minute. We got some equal highs up here on the 1-minute, going into that 30-minute SIBI up here. We got some equal highs up here. So we've got some internal buy-side liquidity levels as well. Again, I always like to wait for that first 15-minute candle to open, get our opening range candle, see how we close, and then see where price wants to trade after that. Usually gives us a pretty good opportunity once we wait for that opening range candle. Let's look over here at ES real quick and look for our London high, London low. We can see same London low down there at 4 a.m. all the way down there. Let's see where our London high is at. It looks like it's over here at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. We just swept our London high. I'm not even going to chart it out right here. So we've already swept that London high. Let's look at a daily level here, see if we're getting any daily SMT. Again, ES is almost back to all-time highs again. ES made all-time highs yesterday. NQ did not. So we saw a daily SMT yesterday, and that's when price started to fall back down. So we got all-time highs up there. Previous day high. Previous day low down here. Okay, so ES is opening up very bullish right now. Looks like it's gunning for those all-time highs again right now. Hourly SIBI up here on ES that we're kind of pushing through. So we still have about 20 minutes left of this hourly candle. So we definitely want to see how this hourly candle is going to close as well. That'll tell us a lot. If we're closing above that hourly SIBI on NQ and ES, we definitely could see us try to push up to our buy side liquidity above. If we fail to do that and we really trade back down, and we trade inside of that hourly SIBI, I could see us falling down and grabbing sell side liquidity. When we see us starting off the day right in the middle of our daily candle and we see a lot of chop at market open, it just tells us that we need to be extra patient. Really got to wait for our setup. All right, so far we have bounced. We've made a little bit of a pump, but right at market open, we can see we opened here right at 9:30. We got a lot of chop. We finally came up, displaced on the 1 minute time frame, but not a lot of follow through just yet. We have about 3 minutes left on the opening candle. I do really want to see how this candle closes here, and we will go from there. We will go from there after this opening range candle closes here. We'll see what direction the market wants to take us in, and we will look for trades going in the direction of the market, trading with market structure, trading with the trend. The trend is your friend. All right, we're getting a lot of pullback here. Just a lot of range, a lot of chop right now. A lot of range, a lot of chop. This is why I really like to wait for this first 15 minutes to play out. We sometimes will see that actual move happen, right around market open, right at 6:30 or 9:30 Eastern. But a lot of the time, it doesn't really happen until after that first 15-minute candle. Sometimes we really have to wait. That's why I like to wait. A lot of people will jump onto the charts right at market open, and they'll jump into a bunch of trades, or they'll jump into a trade when price is still extremely volatile and hasn't really, the market hasn't picked a direction yet. I don't like to do that. I don't like to rush. The way I look at it is we have a whole day of trading, and just because it's going to be the most volatile time doesn't mean it's going to offer the best setup. To me, what I found is waiting for that first 15-minute candle to form usually offers us the best setup right after that. So that's why I like to wait. So strong bounce off that hourly. Coming right back down. Big 5-minute candle there. Let's look at the 1 minute time frame. Let's see if we want to break structure to the downside. We've got a lot of sell side liquidity on the internal right here at these lows, So very strong drop here. Trading right back to VWAP. Just closed on our first 15-minute candle. Okay, so we ended up closing bearish here. We ended up closing bearish on our first 15-minute candle. ES closed bullish. Let's see if we get some SMT at the highs. Let's see if these shorts want to step in. See if these shorts want to step in after grabbing our buy side liquidity up top and not displacing on NQ, bouncing off a 1 hour bearish imbalance. I would like to see if these shorts are going to step in here. We just got to push through VWAP, got to create some kind of entry level for us, right? I just need to see a lot of extra confirmation because the VIX is still looking pretty bearish right now. And ES and YM are both looking bullish still. So again, don't want to be forcing any entries. Really want to wait for the right entry. Right, just like yesterday, we didn't take a trade for the first 2 hours of the market, and then finally I saw a good setup, and we called that setup out, and a lot of you were able to catch like 145 ticks off of that, right? And maybe even more if you held that trade or gotten a reentry. So sometimes it's best to really just wait for that setup. All right, so looks like we just traded below our opening range candle, below that 15-minute candle there. So typically what I like to see is when we trade below our opening range candle and we don't really move past it very aggressively, I expect us to start to pump after that. Or if we were to trade above our opening range candle, I would expect us to drop after that. The one thing I'm looking at here is the SMT between our indices right now. Seeing ES all the way up here, NQ all the way down here, NQ grabbing sell side, ES grabbing buy side. A lot of divergence, so we want to be careful. We want to be careful here because we do have a ton of sell side liquidity. We have multiple, equal lows as well as external lows, but our other indices are looking pretty bullish right now. So patience, patience, patience. We are bouncing a lot off that hourly bearish imbalance. We still have about 12 minutes until this hourly candle closes, which is a good sign for the shorts. We could wait for us to truly get a market structure shift to the downside. So the VIX has been bearish to, pretty much since market open. It has been pretty bearish. Just one thing that I haven't liked to see. I've wanted to see it be bullish, but it has been bearish so far. It still is right now. But it does really look right now like we're trying to head down. We're still chilling right around VWAP. But it looks like we are trying to displace all of these lows down here. Let's see, just created a 1 minute bearish order block. It might so be there. Okay, we're bouncing off that bearish order block, so it looks like these shorts really do want to step in here. So remember what our target is in the shorts. We got these equal lows here, we got London low, and we got these equal lows here. So if these shorts are really going to step in, we've got a lot of targets, so we don't have to rush an entry because we still have a lot of reward. I'm okay with waiting. We are in this 30-minute busy right now. We're going to have to push through that level. I do really like how the hourly is looking though. Plus, it looks like we are about to displace an hourly bullish imbalance as well, which is a good sign. So we are really bouncing off that 1 minute bearish order block here. Let's see if we want to trade back into it. What kind of reaction we're going to get off of it. Okay, we're moving up kind of aggressively here, but I do want to see if we're going to trade into that 1 minute order block. A 2-minute order block there, 4-minute, 3-minute. A lot of pullback here on the 15. So we're back into that 1-minute order block. Let's see what the VIX is doing here. VIX is still bearish. I don't like that. So I'm not looking to jump, rush into any short position just yet. Just trade into that 1-minute bearish for value gap right around VWAP. There's so much divergence right now. So it makes me not want to just rush into a trade just yet. Do not want to rush into a trade right here. If the VIX, I really want to see the VIX reverse and start pumping. And I'd want to see ES start to fall. That's a good reaction there. It's a good reaction again off VWAP and off that order block. I do want to test these shorts out a little bit. I'm going to test them out here. Just half a lot here, guys. I do like that move. I'm going to keep a stop pretty close. Let's see. I'll keep it at 50 ticks at 26.23. My entry is pretty low. My entry's low, but again, I just really want to test this one out real quick just to see how we're moving. If we don't get the follow through, we don't get the follow through. That's fine. I do want to give these shorts a chance here. Seeing that reaction off that 1-minute order block again. Right, we do have a lot of support here. We are in a 30-minute bullish imbalance. So we would really have to push through that, but I like giving this a chance here. I like giving it a shot. Again, just a light position. 50 tick stop. A little bit of an aggressive entry here. I'm okay with getting an aggressive entry. Right, if this one doesn't drop, oh well, I'll look for the next entry. So this is a little bit more of an aggressive entry. Let's see, we're not getting that follow through that I wanted to see. I wanted to see us really keep dropping from there after seeing that strong down close candle. And it looks like we're chopping right back up. So we might get stopped here. Let's see. Let's see if we get stopped here. Looks like we're trying to chop right back up. We didn't get that follow through that I really wanted to see right away. Yeah, so no follow through on NQ. We're right back into that 1-minute order block. We're still really bouncing off that 30-minute imbalance. Again, I liked being aggressive there. I like trying that trade out. But now we're really seeing us bounce off that level. So I'll be patient for the next setup here. Just didn't get any follow through there. I really like that we traded into a 1-minute imbalance and we started to get an aggressive drop. And yeah, we just didn't want to push through those lows. So the shorts are not strong enough right now. The shorts are not strong enough here. Just closed above VWAP. ES is still pumping here. Let's see if we start to push through this 1-minute bearish order block. Hourly candle closes here in 6 minutes. I really wanted to see us push down and close below that hourly imbalance here. Try to close below that 30-minute imbalance. Right now we are just chopping. So I'll wait for another entry. Okay, I probably won't be as aggressive on my next entry. But like I always say, when I test out an entry like that, it's normally just, throwing a contract or two into the market to feel it out, see how we're moving. And we just didn't want to get that continuation to the downside like I wanted to see, so now we move on and we look for the next setup. We're still respecting this 1-minute bearish order block here. I just don't like getting a re-entry while we're chopping and while we haven't been able to take out these lows. NQ is still really trying to move down while ES is still all the way up here. The VIX is getting a little bit of pullback now, and YM is pumping like crazy. So our indices are kind of all over the place. A lot of divergence between all of them here. So, right, that entry, to me, I still really like that entry. We got a strong market structure shift to the downside. We traded into a 1 minute fair value gap. We traded right up to VWAP and we bounced aggressively off VWAP. So I still like that entry. We just wanted to pull back a little bit more before getting this drop. So now we're coming right back down. Yeah, and so that target is these equal lows here. That's the first target. Next target is the London low. And then our last target is those equal lows down there. So we've got less than 4 minutes until our opening or our first hourly candle closes. Really want to see us close below this hourly and close below this 30-minute. And we do want to see displacement of these lows for a continuation to the downside. I mean, these shorts are still looking very good here. They're still looking very good. Another 1 minute imbalance here. Another displacement move on the 1 minute. Again, we're almost at that first target that I wanted to see us go to. All right, remember this was the first TP was 25.7575. So if you are still holding on to that trade, that would be a pretty solid first TP. Right at those equal lows. I'm really liking this movement here to the downside. All right, this is what we wanted to see. We just got in a few minutes too early on that one. So we're almost at that level. I don't know if anybody else held. I see Jay held. So again, this is that first TP level that I wanted to take. So sometimes the timing might be off by a few minutes there. I really thought we were going to get that continuation right here. And sometimes price has a mind of its own and it really wants to manipulate up one more time before making that move. So that first TP just got taken, equal lows for anybody that held that trade. That was that first TP I really wanted to take there. We are about to close in a minute and a half on this hourly candle. We're going to it looks like we're going to get a lot of displacement here. We'll see how we close. ES is still sitting up here. It's getting some pullback. YM is YM is still bullish. The VIX is still bearish, but it is pulling back a little bit as well. So we'll see here what we do. Another imbalance here. I just don't like how bullish the ES is still looking. But I do really like these shorts on NQ. There we go. There we go. Good stuff. Alright, so let's see if we want to pull back and give us another entry opportunity in these shorts. ES is starting to come back. A lot of chop here. I want to see ES break structure to the downside. And I would really like to see the VIX start reversing. The VIX is now starting to turn bullish here on the 30-minute. That's a good sign. We're about to close on this hourly candle with a ton of displacement. Look, we had an hourly imbalance here and a 30-minute bullish imbalance here. We just closed below both of those. So a lot of displacement. I could really see this one dumping down to the next level. We're now in silver bullet hours, so we got to be aware of that. Just trading to that 1 minute bearish imbalance here. See if we get a really good reaction off this 1 minute. We could see us fall from here. I don't want to get too early of an entry and then get manipulated out of this position at the start of the hour. But I am liking these shorts a lot. These shorts are starting to look pretty nice. Don't want to get too low of an entry. I just really want to wait for something solid. I do like that we bounce off that 1 minute fair value gap though. That is a nice level. So now it's NQ is really proving to me, it's starting to prove to me that the shorts do want to continue. It looks like we do want to go for that next level of liquidity. Again, at the start of the hour, not really ready to jump into this next position right here. Especially with ES failing to break structure still. Really wanted to wait. So I'm okay with being patient. So far, analysis is right on point. I like that we traded in the 2 minute trade into that fair value gap and we're dropping. All right, so I mean, we continue to drop here. Yeah, we got stopped out of that first position up here before the drop happened. So see if we want to trade back into that 2 minute or 1 minute imbalance up top, right up here. We're also creating a 1 minute bearish, another 1 minute bearish order block here. So it looks like price wants to continue to drop here. Let's see if we can come back for a good entry. See if we can come back for a solid entry for us. Give us a good opportunity to get involved in these shorts. We're continuing to run away. All right. So that 1 minute fair value gap there could have been a good entry. Just didn't want to get manipulated at the start of the new hour. Often that happens where we see price really manipulate before making that next move. We didn't really see that. We just saw us continue to get that short movement. So we are targeting our equal lows down here. We're targeting London low and yesterday's low. I think we're really going to go down for yesterday's low. And with this aggressive drop, I think we could see a strong continuation of the downside for the whole day. So again, even if we don't want to come back and give us an opportunity to get in these shorts, I still think there's going to be opportunity throughout the whole day for us. So far, price action is looking great. So far, our analysis is right on point. Just need to dial in this entry here. So we've taken out London low now. Look at that aggressive drop there. We're taking out London low, and we are targeting these equal lows, just like I talked about this morning. Just like we talked about this morning, right? I said those equal lows look like a very nice level of liquidity that price is probably going to try and target. There we go, Christian. All right, so it is silver bullet, so I'm just waiting for a fair value gap entry. 1 minute fair value gap entry. Just waiting for us to trade back into at least one. We have not wanted to trade back into one yet. Again, not as much reward here, but still decent. Still 156 ticks from this fair value gap to those equal lows. Just want to see us tap into this fair value gap and give us a good entry level. We can keep our stop above that fair value gap. And continue to catch the shorts. ES is now dropping pretty good. The VIX is now pumping, so everything is falling into place here. We just need to get that entry. Props to those of you that were able to hold that short or get a re-entry up here, because this one has offered a lot of reward. So if you were able to hold that one, that's very solid. Just want to see us trade up into this fair value gap here, get a short entry, catch it down to those equal lows. That's what I'm looking for. We might not want to do that. We might just want to keep dropping with this momentum. Again, I don't want to chase price here. Really don't want to chase. especially down here when I'm not going to have any reward. But look at these shorts, guys. These shorts have really offered some great reward today. Yeah, I mean, I'm always looking at SMT. I mean, today we really trusted our technical analysis today because, I mean, everything told me that we were going to go down and try to grab our sell side liquidity, but market open, we were looking pretty bullish on all of our indices. The way the market's moving right now, I'm expecting us, to have a pretty bearish day. And that was my original thought coming into this market, coming into our charting this morning, was the shorts. It's the first thing I talked about. We're now in that hourly imbalance. I just really wanted to see us trade back and give us another opportunity here to grab these equal lows. Yeah, so if we do end up, let's say we take these equal lows, we could see a lot of retracement back up after taking external lows, right, especially equal lows, and being an hourly imbalance. So we could see price come up. But if we start to drop through that very aggressively, I think we will come down for that next liquidity level all the way down in that daily busy. I mean, right now we are not seeing anything stopping us. We just grabbed those equal lows. So that was my full TP level, was down at these equal lows. That's really where I wanted to catch this whole trade to. Obviously, my timing didn't work out on this trade, but, I can live with it, try to be aggressive. Still had the right analysis. Still had spot on analysis. So now we've taken those equal lows. We have a ton of SMT. Let's see if price wants to come back up and kind of rebalance the market a little bit. We've got a lot of imbalance above. We're in an hourly bullish imbalance. We've taken external equal lows. This is the point where, this is the crucial point right here. We could either see price really reverse, head back up to balance this market, or if price starts to run right through this level, we could see the shorts dump until all the way down here at 23.35. You see how the first time we've, every time we have started, we formed a green candle or an up close candle is when we've been taking out liquidity. We took out liquidity here, green candle. Took out liquidity here, green candle. So we always have to expect either a reversal or retracement after taking out liquidity. Yeah, this one really did melt, really fell down. All right, as I expected, just didn't get the entry, but again, I'm okay with it. There's still going to be, in my opinion, plenty of opportunity today to get entries. What I didn't want to do was force an entry right here, right on the new hour, and get manipulated before that next move happened. And then after that, we just didn't get another entry opportunity. So, again, I can live with that. I'm not going to be upset about that. If I get upset about that, then I'm going to miss out on the next opportunity because I'm going to start trading with emotion, right? Let's see down here. So I'm hoping a lot of you were able to catch that move. Sounds like some of you were. Able to catch that. For those of you that weren't, we're still looking for another solid trade. So I mean, this one really has not been stopping. Yeah, all I wanted to see was us trade into this fair value gap here, and I would have gotten an entry there. And we just didn't tap into it, so I just stayed out. And that's what I'm always going to do. I'm always going to stick to my levels. I'm going to stick to my plan. I'm not going to change it. didn't that unicorn play out perfectly? What time frame? $10. Let's see. Are you talking about the 1 minute time frame here? There we go, Pulenta. $58, $59, 10 a.m. All right, so I'm looking at 10 a.m. So I'm not sure I see the unicorn that you're referring to. But we did tap into a silver bullet fair value gap here on the 1 minute. And we did drop aggressively from that level. Okay, so we swept those equal lows. Right now we're getting a little bit of pullback, but we are still very bearish. So we'll see here if we're going to form a reversal pattern. And if we're going to start to head back up and try to rebalance some of this market. Or if we're going to get just a continued drop. And if that happens, we'll be looking to catch all the way down to that next low. But if we start to reverse here, we'll look for some longs to catch right back up. A lot of imbalances above right now. Oh yeah, a ton of SMTs still at the lows. ES has not even been close to coming down to that London low. So there's still a lot of potential that NQ could start to reverse here. Yeah, the SMT would show us that we're looking bullish because now NQ is taking out a key external liquidity level and ES has not. ES is still looking like it wants to head back up. But yes, you are right. That's exactly what it means. So notice on the 1 hour, NQ has come down and grabbed these equal lows like we talked about. And then ES is all the way up here. These are the equal lows on NQ, right? Right here. ES is all the way up here. It's not even close to grabbing those equal lows. So we have a lot of SMT down there. Which would mean if ES doesn't want to come back and it's still looking bullish, we could see NQ start to pump from here. We just gotta wait and see here. And we still haven't even tapped into a 5-minute fair value gap. We haven't even tapped into a 1-minute fair value gap ever since this level up here. So sometimes that's how it's going to go, right? I wanted to be aggressive up here because I did see those shorts coming in. Price wanted to manipulate one more time. I didn't want to get a re-entry here because of the chop, so then I waited. And this was the close of the hour right here. Typically at the hourly close, we see a lot of manipulation in the first minute or two. So that's why I wanted to wait for that first minute or two to let the manipulation happen and then catch a trade. But we didn't really see that manipulation. We just dropped right away. So then I was waiting for us to tap back into this fair value gap, and we never did, right? So I just didn't get my entry, right? And if I don't get my entry, then I can't get FOMO. There's no point. All right, now I just move on and look for the next trade. So again, we are expecting the longs now from these equal lows. We'll see if they want to start stepping in, if we can break structure to the upside. Yes, exactly. I do think we are going to start longing from this level. A lot of confirmation here. The VIX is starting to drop again. Looks like these longs really want to step back in. Just want to see them start to break structure before I get any entry, because we are still technically very bearish. Still technically very bearish right now, so we do really want to wait for confirmation. Hey, there we go. D shot this. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so we're really chopping right now. NQ is still trying to hold us down. So what I'm waiting for is either another breakdown or another breakout to the downside here, or for us to break structure in reverse and keep going. We're in a bunch of bullish imbalances here. We've taken equal lows, but right now we're not seeing that reversal happen. Yeah, we're in a 4-hour busy, we're in a 1-hour busy, 30-minute busy. Right, we're in a bunch of time frame bullish imbalances. But again, the trend is your friend. Until we see a reversal, we're not longing this. Yeah, I mean, I will not long this until I see an actual reversal pattern, break of structure, back to the upside. And all we have to do is look at our daily candle. I know, look at all these lines. A lot of liquidity. But look at that daily candle. Look how bearish that is. We've taken out previous day low. So again, if I'm longing this, I'm not expecting us to go to previous day high. No, I'm just expecting us to retrace a little bit. We could chart out our fib. So we've got the equilibrium of this range all the way up here. That's our EQ. All right, so we're still chopping. Looks like we want to break structure to the upside. So I could at least see us coming up, rebalancing some of this market. Maybe trying to come up to that equilibrium of the range. Okay, now we're starting to try to break structure here. So now I'm waiting for a bullish fair value gap to be created for us to trade into that and look to try to catch the longs, you know, back up, possibly up to the EQ. And then once we reach that level, that's when I'm starting to think about shorting again. So we barely broke structure back to the upside. We're not really creating any fair value gaps here. I do like these longs though. I think they're gonna try to step in. Let's see what the VIX is doing. The VIX is starting to head back down. I think these longs are stepping in here. Again, I don't want to chase. I really want to wait for a good entry on these. But I do believe the longs are going to step in. Let's see if they want to take us back to a premium, or if we're just going to trade into this 5-minute and start to drop again. Some puts on QQQ. Yeah, I mean, I think we're just trying to push up a little bit, and then I think we're going to see the market drop again. So I'm just waiting for a fair value gap to form. See if we can catch a quick long up to the premium. But right now, again, we're doing the same thing. Right now, we're just kind of running away. We're not coming back for a fair value gap. So let's see here if we can form one, if we can trade into it. We're pushing into that 5 minute there. We displaced that level on the 5 minute. Let's look here on the 15. We technically do have a bearish breaker on the 15 that we're just traded into. This level right here would technically be a bearish breaker. So I know my charts look pretty cluttered right now. So bear with me. I just want to make sure we have all these levels charted out. Okay, we traded into a 1 minute fair value gap there. Let's see what kind of reaction we're going to get off it, because we are bouncing off that 15-minute bearish breaker. Looks like these shorts might want to step back in. Let's see. If we respect this 1 minute fair value gap, I could definitely see us going back up to a premium. But if we start dropping from that bearish breaker, I think the shorts will really step back in here. I want to see if we're going to respect that fair value gap or not. As of right now, it doesn't look like we're going to. Still got about 30 seconds left on this 1 minute candle, so we still have time. Still got time here. Let's see how we close. Another reason why we don't chase price is that exact thing happening right there. If I would have tried to chase the longs here, it would have came right back on us. Okay, so no fair value gap entries. We're bouncing off a 15-minute bearish breaker here. Bouncing off a 5-minute bearish imbalance. Looks like these, the shorts might want to step back in. ES is still sitting below VWAP. I just wanted to see if that bullish imbalance was going to be respected or not, if we're going to try to come up to a premium. But right now, that bearish breaker is holding us down. So it looks like these shorts might want to step back in here. And we still, our next level on sell side is all the way down here at 23.35. So we've got a lot of room down there. A lot of room. All right, so it looks like the shorts want to step in. Let's see if we can create another fair value gap entry, or if we're going to come right back up. Again, right now it's all about patience. It's all about patience. This is when the market's deciding on the next move. We don't want to rush it. We want to wait. We want to let the market pick its next move and then go from there. So who was able to catch any of those shorts and who was not? And I want you to really think about this right now and journal. If you weren't able to catch them, or if you did get stopped out like me, how are you feeling right now? Are you letting your emotions get to you? Are you revenge trading? Are you able to sit back and realize that, okay, the trade didn't work out, so I'm going to wait for the next one? I would really like to know how, you just figure out those emotions. Are you letting the emotions take control of your trading, or are you taking control of your emotions? Because this can be hard when you do get stopped out like we did and then miss out on the trade and don't get a re-entry. That's what happens, is you start to let your emotions take over and you start to revenge trade because you think, I should have been involved in that trade, so now I have to be involved in it or else I missed out. You get FOMO, and then you end up taking some pretty bad trades. And I don't want people to do that. Really don't want people to do that. Working on slowing my revenge trading urges. Down today about 753. Okay, so we're working on it. Caught about 50 ticks I got in the initial trade. There we go. Okay, you wanted to take that trade off the 5 minute, but you waited. Yeah, I mean, again, the worst thing you can do, and you can blame me all you want. You can blame me all you want for that entry, right? And I'll take the blame. I don't care. But the worst thing you can do is start to let that emotion take control. Because then now you're going to force a bunch of trades here. You're going to end up probably losing. And then we're going to find another great A+ setup. And you might not be able to take that, or you're not going to see clearly. Your vision is not going to, it's not going to be clear. Your friend was yapping your head off. That's really good, Jay. That's a great way to see your progress. Great way to see your progress. But I just want you guys to be thinking about these things, because this is the true learning. This is how you really learn. But if you just come on here, you take a loss and then you start revenge trading and then you blow your account, what are you learning from that? If you're not journaling, if you're not thinking about it, you're just going to continue to make the same mistakes. Even after taking that loss, I didn't try to rush a trade. I didn't try to chase price. I know I wanted to get that entry, but it wasn't the one I wanted, so I just stayed out. You don't see me revenge trading and going crazy just because I missed out on that next entry. Well, yeah, I mean, handling the emotions is one of the hardest things to do in trading, because it's you versus yourself. In the way I always see it, and this is what I will always say, is just continue to think about why you are trading, what your goals are for trading, and is revenge trading and trading with emotions going to get you to those goals, or is it going to set you back? And I would say every single time it's going to set you back, and you're going to push yourself farther from that goal every time you do it if you're not learning from it. We're all going to go through it, but if you don't learn from it and start to get better, then, what are you doing? At that point, you're just kind of throwing money away instead of really focusing on the right things. That's the way I see it. Remind yourself of why you started trading in the first place, what you're trying to get out of trading, and is this going to help me get to that point, or is this going to set me back? Yeah, we are really holding strong here. Again, this is that reversal point. The reversal point we expected, but we just, bounced off that 15-minute bearish breaker. We're kind of just chopping right now. Let's see if we're going to start to get that reversal. Very strong candle here. ES is pushing through VWAP. The VIX is starting to head down again. Let's see if this is the reversal now. Let's still wait for a nice fair value gap entry, order block entry. Just be patient here. Patience is key, guys. Patience is key. A lot of chop. Still a ton of SMT at the lows. ES is all the way up here, very far from even getting close to those previous day low. Let's see if we want to form a fair value gap here on the 1 minute. All right, looks like we're going to. Let's see if we trade right through it. So a lot of range, a lot of chop still. Create a bullish fair value gap. Let's see if we respect it and start to head up. I might start looking for the longs here. I just don't like this range that we have. I don't like this range, but I do want to see these longs step in here and try to go up close to a premium. Okay, I like that move. I like that move off that 1 minute fair value gap a lot. Don't want to get too high of an entry here, but I'm starting to like these longs. Let's see if we get a continuation, if we can close above or start to move up. Okay, that's what I wanted to see there. So now that I have that confirmation now, these longs are definitely stepping in. It looks like we're really getting that reversal here. We're back into that breaker. Let's see if we can break out of this range or not. 1 minute plus OB here being formed. Can we break out of this range? Again, we're right back into that bearish breaker, so last time we traded into it did hold strong. We do have a 15-minute imbalance up here. You can definitely see us trying to trade up into that level. Let's see if we can close above. Again, guys, I'm still not chasing price. I'm still not trying to rush an entry. I'm just looking for possible long setup to take us back up to a premium. Okay, if we can close above, create an order block here. So we still haven't created that order block. So I still don't like getting an entry. But I do like that bounce off the 1 minute fair value gap below. So it really looks like these longs want to step in. Again, was waiting for this entry, didn't want to take it up here. And then we closed inside of this level, so we didn't create that order block, so still not ready to jump in. It does look like they want to step in at least up to this 15-minute bearish fair value gap up here. So not very far away, it's just right up here. So it looks like we're going up for that level, like we talked about. Now we created that 1 minute order block. So not a ton of reward up to that 15-minute off the order block. I wouldn't love that entry too much. And we could see us come all the way up to a premium. But right now we're in a bearish breaker. We're about to enter into a bearish fair value gap on the 15. So a lot that could hold us down. Let's just see what we do when we trade into this OB here. See how we're pushing right through it? But I don't love jumping into that entry until we see confirmation. The VIX is very bearish right now. So I might look for a quick scalp here in the longs. Might look for a very quick scalp in the longs. Let's see if we can bounce. Can we bounce here? Yeah, we still don't want to bounce just yet. I'm waiting for that bounce, and I'm going to get a quick entry in the longs and try to scalp it. Just waiting for that reaction, start to turn green, start to look bullish. So far, this candle has only been red, so I'm not going to get a long entry off of that. All right, back into that 1 minute fair value gap here. Can't seem to break through. Really bouncing off that 15-minute again. Didn't trade in. I wanted to see us at least trade into that 15-minute bearish fair value gap before dropping. but we have not done that. So again, I'll keep being patient here. Keep being patient for the next setup. I really don't care how long I have to wait. Okay, we're back into that 1 minute again. See if we're going to try to push through this. I still like the quick scalp in the longs. I do think we're going to try to go up for that 15 minute imbalance. But we are still getting a pretty strong bounce off that 15-minute bearish breaker. But I'd like to see, no, I'm not in a trade right now. I want to see us come up into that 15-minute up here. Yes, it's still trading above VWAP. I'm going to try out these longs again with half a lot here. Or not again, but I'm going to try them out 25.27 off of that fair value gap. Keep my stop down below. That's a good pump so far. There we go. There we go. All right, that was pretty quick. That's pretty quick. I want to catch it up into this 15-minute imbalance above 25.55. Here, I'll put my stop down here real quick. So I don't want my stop that low. I need to move my stop up a little bit. Let's see where I want to keep it. I'm going to keep my stop pretty tight right here. Only like 32 ticks at 25.19. Again, I could sell right now, get back to break even here. But I want to catch this up to that 15-minute. Honestly, I might make this a risk-free trade here pretty soon since we've already hit about 73 ticks. I'll probably just make this risk-free, guys. I'm just going to move my stop to break even. I don't want to put more risk on the table here. Just because we already hit 70-something ticks. And again, since we've been ranging, I want to I want to de-risk. I don't want to have risk on this one. So we might get stopped at break even here. That's okay. I'd rather just get a break even stop than take a loss here. I'm looking for us to go up to 25.55, so I'll set a limit order for one con there. I'm in two. So 25.55, I have a limit order. See if we can go up there and catch it real quick. 112 ticks from my original entry. Again, I just want to make back my loss from the first one on this. Maybe get into profit a little bit, give us a little bit of leverage here. There we go. All right, I'm going to move. Oh, we're almost there. I'm going to move a stop into profit. I'm moving one of my stops all the way up to here into profit. Oops, didn't mean to do that. All right, so there we go. We hit TP there. I'm going to keep my stop into profit all the way up here. Like I said, just a quick scalp, 112 ticks there. Pretty nice. So now we're back into profit no matter what. Again, we're into that 15-minute imbalance, so we might start to drop here. That's why I wanted to take TP there. Keep my stop in profit. And if this one wants to keep running, we'll just hold on to one runner and let it go. If this one wants to go up to a premium, we'll just let it go. ES looks pretty bullish here. See if we want to displace the highs or not. Either way, I'm keeping my stop pretty far into profit. I want to secure it. I want to hold on to my profit here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add into a few more. My break even is now here. I just added into a few more. Oops, I added into 3 cons. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to hold up to the EQ. There we go. That was a good add. That was a good add. Move one of my stops up. Why is my stop not moving up here? I want to move one of my stops up. It's not letting me here. Here we go. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Well, let me move my stop up. So I'm just at break even right now here. I'm just going to move my stop loss to here. It is not letting me place any stop losses right now. Not too sure why. I don't know why it's not letting me place my stop losses. Okay, there we go. I'm going to move my stop up into profit. It is not letting me move my stops. Okay, here. I'm just going to take some TP off here. So I just sold a few. Keeping my stop at break even here, right around break even. Well, it's not letting me place for some reason my account is tripping out right now. So it won't let me place stops, so I hope it lets me. I'm not actually negative. I'm looking at my trading view right now and I'm well into the green, or my Tradovate. For some reason my trading view is tripping out on me right now. So I'm still in 2 cons right now. And I'm holding up to an EQ. I want to have my stop in profit, but it won't let me place any stops. It keeps saying rejected here. Man, Tradovate is having a lot of issues lately. Yeah, it won't let me place any stop losses, so I'm just going to keep holding this one, I guess. So, again, I want to take my next. I just refreshed and nothing happened. I want to take my next TP up at 584. 584 is where I want to take my next TP. So once we hit 584 up here, I'll sell another con and I'll just leave one runner again. I would like to have my stop in profit right now. So if we do come down to like 559.75, I'll sell one. I'll sell one if we come down to 559.75. I don't know. My Tradovate's acting up like crazy right now. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, there we go. It might be fixed. Okay, here we go. So that's a little bit better. So can I move one of my stops here? Okay, now I can move my stop into profit. Okay, so I got a stop in profit. And I'll keep one at break even. Okay, so that's good. And then I'll put my take profit up at, let's see, or EQ up at 584.75. Or I'll just put it at 584. So limit order up at 584 there. Alright, so now we got our stops working again. I don't know why Tradovate's been bugging on me. Okay, so great trade overall so far, guys. With all that craziness, amazing trade. We've caught a pretty nice setup here. Caught a pretty nice setup. Where was our initial entry? Initial entry was all the way down here. Somewhere around here. So far, we've caught about 220 ticks or so. 220 ticks on the overall trade, and then when I added into my position, obviously my entry moved up a little bit. Because I added in. So let's see if we get stopped. Again, if I get stopped here, my entry might move up pretty quick, so I might want to move my stop loss up a little bit. Let's see if this one can keep going. We're seeing a lot of rejection here. So weird trade so far. Oh, it didn't. Okay, I'm going to keep my stop at break even, actually. I'm going to keep my stop at break even. Didn't move up. So I want to give it room. So now I'm only in one con. I'm in one con here. For this trade, this has been all over the place. It's been really hard to manage it with Tradovate bugging out on me. So my profit isn't insane on this. I wanted it to be much more. I really wanted it to be much more, but because of all those issues, it's kind of throwing me off there, but it's all right. Still a great trade either way. And now we're back into profit. We're back into profit. We made our first loss back. Now we're in the green. So that's all I wanted to do there. That's all this trade was. I wanted to just scalp this long. I kind of want to add into another con here. Add back in. Let's see if we can get a reaction off this 1 minute fair value gap. Yeah, that's annoying. I'm sure they'll reset everybody's accounts if anybody had issues. I'm going to add into another con. And again, I'm just going to risk getting stopped out here just to catch a little bit of extra profit here. So I just added in, so I moved my entry up again. Okay, good ad so far. I like that ad so far. Again, I have my TP. Let's see if we can get the fall through or not. Either way, I was going to have my stop at break even, so I'm okay with taking, adding into a position to try to catch some extra profit on this one. We don't want to get that follow through. I really thought we were going to bounce off that 1 minute and continue up to a premium. So we'll see if we want to make it up to 25.84 or not. My stop is at 25.5575. Just a tick into profit. All right, we're really stalling here, really stalling. Wanted to see us really pump up to that premium of our range. But we're getting a lot of stalling at this point, so we might get stopped here. All right, well, that trade is done with. Great trade. Kind of crazy. I really wanted to see some more profit out of that one, but obviously, you got to take what you can get. Was kind of all over the place with Tradeovate bugging out on me, so again, I still think we managed that trade decently well. I obviously wanted to manage it a little bit better, but with all that craziness, wasn't able to. Either way, back into profit on the day. Still a great setup. Caught it exactly when we wanted to. We waited for that next manipulation move, got an entry here, and we caught those longs all the way up. Again, for those of you that, Tradeovate was bugging out on you, send in a ticket, and I'm sure everybody, a lot of people are having that issue. Just go send in a ticket, see if they can fix it for you. All right. Either way, though, nice trade. Let's see if we can find any more setups here. Again, I want to see this one go up. I really wanted to see it go up to a premium and maybe up to that next fair value gap. But we're still in the bearish breaker, and we're still sitting in this 15-minute bearish imbalance here. But I do think we have potential to keep going up to that premium, possibly up to that next 15-minute. So we caught the reversal, like we said we wanted to do. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to catch that reversal. Who was able to catch that with me, guys? I think that was pretty nice. Where was our initial entry? Somewhere down here. Right around here was our initial entry. So at the top, about 215 ticks, it looks like. Around 215, 220 ticks. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. Good trade there. So let's see if we're going to get that continuation up. And we had a lot of confluence in those longs. We're able to hold, and then we're able to add back into our position, catch a little bit more profit. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, remember how I talked about, don't get FOMO about missing out on this move, because we're going to find another move. Today's price action, I knew we would find another move because it's very good price action. So all you have to do is don't revenge trade. Wait for the next setup. Wait for your A+ setup and take that one. And look, that's what we did. We waited all the way until we got to this point. We took an A+ setup, and we were able to catch a few hundred ticks out of it. Right, so now we're back into the green. We're chilling. And instead of revenge trading and blowing an account or not having any leverage, we're able to be back in the green. That's what it's all about right there. That's what it's all about. Patience for your next setup. All right, so again, here's all the confluences we had for this trade. We came down and we took equal lows in an hourly and a 4-hour imbalance. We had SMT. ES was nowhere close to the lows. And then we started to see a reversal pattern form. Right? We broke structure back to the upside. We created a 1-minute fair value gap. We waited for that next entry. We didn't get this one. We waited for pullback. Then we got this one. A perfect time. Got the breakout. The VIX was bearish. ES and the Dow or YM were both very bullish. So we're expecting NQ to do the same. We wanted to see us retrace and come back to a premium. Right, so we had a bunch of conviction in that trade there. I had a lot of conviction. I really like that setup. So let's see if we inverse this 15-minute. Still got about 9 minutes left. We are kind of chopping. We're really stalling at this level. We inverse the 5-minute fair value gap, but not the 15. SMT at the highs now. ES sweeping highs of the day. NQ nowhere close to high of the day. So a lot of bearish SMT divergence here. Yeah, we inversed the 5-minute. We did not inverse the 15-minute yet. Am I in the L? No. I'm in the green now. I'm in the green. Like I said, guys, I wanted to manage that trade a little bit better. But still in the profit. So after that first trade, I was down a few $100. I don't remember exactly what it was. Like 400 maybe. I don't remember. Now I'm back up into profit about $670. Right? So it's not crazy profit. I wanted to see more profit out of this trade just because of the setup that we had. But I got, obviously the stop loss thing was, kind of messing with it. Either way, though, we're back in the green, so. So technically, we're down, I think we're down around 400 to 500, right? So it's like a $1,100-$1,200 trade there. Not too bad. Not too bad if you ask me. Okay, still respecting the 15-minute imbalance. We're still in that 15-minute bearish breaker. But after seeing that reversal, I really wanted to see us come up to a premium. But we do have SMT at the highs now. We do have SMT at the highs. This is why I was trailing my stop into profit. Because we're in a bearish breaker. We have SMT. So I wanted to trail my stop. Just make sure we secured some profit there. Well, now we're patient again. All right, and I mean, I'm good without, I don't need to take any more trades. I'm good with what we got. I'll still look for a setup because we still could be given a good opportunity. So this 15-minute or this 5-minute candle right here. See how we closed above that 5-minute bearish fair value gap? So we inversed that one. And now we're trading into that inverse fair value gap here. But we're still respecting our 15-minute. Technically unicorn model here, guys, because we have a fair value gap inside of this breaker. So technically we do have a unicorn set up to the short side. Yes, that was, yeah, it was technically silver bullet, but we'd want to see more of a buy-side liquidity grab. I'd want to see us come up a little bit more to finish out the silver bullet move. But technically, yes, that is the silver bullet hour. You're expecting, after we took out sell-side liquidity, we're expecting a reversal back to the upside to go grab buy-side liquidity. So we did create some buy-side up here, and we did take it. Do I ever trade regular mini? What do you mean by regular mini? Or reg mini? Yeah, I always, pretty much always trade minis. The only time I don't is when we're doing our prop firm sessions and we're trading our evaluation accounts or smaller, maybe on like a smaller PA or something. If I have a smaller PA account, then I'll trade micros. All right, guys. Well, like I said, back in the green today. Feeling good after that trade. I really like that one. Let's see if we have any more good setups come into play. About to close on this silver bullet hour. Strong pullback move like we expected. Every time we take out equal lows, especially when we're in a higher time frame imbalance, we expect a reversal or a strong retracement move, just like we saw here. I mean, we had like pretty much every confluence was telling us longs from there. That's like my eyes light up when I see like 5 different confluences for a trade. Like, I don't know if there's any better feeling in the world than that. As a trader, that's what we live for. Man, the higher probability we see, the better it is. There's gonna be some days where you hop on the charts and you never see more than maybe 1 or 2 confluences in a trade. And those days are hard because you still want to trade and you see something and you want to force a trade into the market off of one confluence. And it's just not enough. But the more conviction you see, the more things lining up, the higher probability you're going to see that setup be. Just like this one, we had about 4 or 5 convictions in this single trade. Now that's what gets me going. See, this is a healthy relationship with the market. This isn't the toxic relationship. This is when you're in a nice, healthy relationship. You guys are communicating with each other. NQ is communicating with me. I'm communicating with them. I'm communicating with I almost said Apex. With NQ. They're telling me what they want, and it's perfect. And we talk about toxic markets all the time. And we got to talk about the opposite. This is the healthy market. This is the good, clean price action. This is the getting the convictions we need. Yes, I heard that they fixed. I've been told they fixed all the Apex accounts. So you should be good. If you're still not good, I would reach out to them, Bahama Llama. Alright, 40 seconds left until this hourly candle closes here. Strong reaction off this breaker again, off this unicorn model in the 15-minute. And this is the unicorn, guys. We had a high up here, a low, and a higher high. Displacement of the low. Lowest down close candle. Fair value gap overlapping. That's the fair value gap I wanted to see us go to. And that last target I wanted to see if we could get to was the premium up here. So far, we haven't been able to reach that. We do have SMT divergence at the highs. The VIX is now starting to look pretty bullish. We might see price start to head back down. You are in short from 25.49. Let's check it out. All right, 25.49. Yeah, I would really like, I do think these shorts I think there's a possibility we start to head back down from here. There is a possibility. The VIX is heading back up. We're in a bearish breaker. Bearish unicorn. We have SMT divergence at the highs. Again, just like before, now we're starting to see more conviction in the shorts again. So we just closed on the hour. Obviously a ton of pullback on that hourly candle, but we still closed bearish. Wanted to see us close below. We didn't want to close below that low. So let's see if these shorts want to step back in now. One minute bearish order block up here. Still haven't created the 2-minute order block. We haven't closed below just yet. We are bouncing off that 1 minute bearish order block. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? We have that 1 hour and 4 hour imbalance here. We could come back down and grab sell side. Again, we're still bearish on the day. This is just that retracement move I was expecting before we drop again. I did want to see if we're going to come up to a premium first, but we did not want to do that. So the next liquidity level that we're talking about is all the way down here, which, yes, if we're gonna really break out, that would be that next level I would expect us to get to today. After seeing this pullback, I really want to wait for more confirmation, but that would be that next external level that we'd want to see price target. Again, the one thing I don't like is that we haven't reached a premium on our New York AM range yet. That's the one thing I don't like. I really want to see us come up to that premium. Let's look and see, is that Friday's lows? Yes, this is Friday's lows over here, 8 a.m. Precisely. That is our draw on liquidity for sure. That's our next DOL. Again, we're opening this hour pretty bullish right now, though, so not looking to short just yet. Not yet. We might have to wait for NQ to reach VWAP again, come up above this level before the shorts come back in. We almost touched back into that 1 minute for value gap again. So it looks like we're gonna displace that 1 minute OB, create a 1 minute bullish for value gap here. And we are heading right back up for a premium. So again, that's why you don't see me jumping into the shorts just yet. Really just waiting. Waiting for us to hit that level. Strong 2 minute close there. Let's see if we want to come back into a fair value gap. We might be able to long this one more time up to a premium. And YM is really pumped today. Very crazy. But I'm still really liking our price action overall. I know we've had a little bit of chop, but on the day we've had great price action. Like I said, I really wanted to catch these shorts. Just didn't get that entry I wanted. So then we just waited, and we were able to catch a good long entry. But overall, I'm really liking our price action today. See if we want to trade into this 1 minute here. See if we're going to head back up. I just want to see us get to a premium. We didn't tap into that fair value gap. We made equal lows here. Really want to see us come down to that 1 minute, see if we're going to start to bounce, maybe catch another scalp in the longs up to a premium, and then look to short after that. We're trying to inverse this 15-minute again. Of course, man, take it easy today. Again, if I'm trying to catch a 90 tick trade, I'm going to keep my stop probably around 45 ticks. Keep it at 1 to 2. So we're going for that premium here. We just didn't tap into that fair value gap like I wanted to see. We got very close. I would have looked for longs if we tapped into this fair value gap, but we just didn't make it. So let's see if we make it to a premium or not. A lot of SMT still at the highs. All right, if I'm looking for, let's say, a 90 tick TP, you will not see me have a 50 or 55 tick stop. Right? If I'm looking for a 90 tick first TP, I want to keep my stop around 40, 45 ticks if I can, just to keep that risk management on point. One minute order block created. We're bouncing off the order block. That could be another entry, but just not a ton of reward on that entry. You're really only looking for about 53 ticks for a first TP. So I'm completely content with my profits today, right? If we don't take another trade here, I'm okay with that. Still looking for another setup. But if we don't find anything, I'm very happy with, walking away. We're almost there. Almost up to that premium. And this is what I mean by the premium, guys. Right, we had our swing high up here, our swing low down here. We used our Fibonacci retracement tool. From here to here, that's our 50%. That's where we expected price to retrace back to. And now we're there. Now we are in the premium. Again, I really wanted to catch another long scalp from this fair value gap. We just never tapped into it. I mean, this one is going. Almost into this 15-minute fair value gap up top. Just tapped into that 15-minute. This is where I would have to see rejection if I was going to short again. If I was going to get in the shorts again, I would have to see us reject off this 15-minute fair value gap. Because if we're going to come up here and we're going to displace this breaker, this unicorn, I definitely think the longs are really going to step back in, especially after seeing how ES is moving and how YM is moving. So that's a pretty strong displacement move there. See what kind of reaction we get off this level. All right, guys. Well, how we feeling though? We feeling good? We feeling happy? Yes, Lord. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. So I mean, we keep pumping here. We're not really stopping. We have about 5 minutes left on this 15-minute candle. If this one keeps coming up, I think the longs might really step in from here. If we displace this 15-minute bearish breaker, seeing the way ES is moving over here, pretty crazy, almost back to all-time highs. But again, we'd have more SMT at the highs, so we got to think about that. A lot of SMT today. I would like to see this one come back down. I really would. So where's our next liquidity? Next liquidity is all the way up here at this high. And then all the way at these highs. If the longs were going to really continue. So again, I don't know if I'll take another setup here. We're still pumping. Kind of want to wait for those shorts to come back in if they are going to come back in. I want to wait for this 15-minute candle to close at least. Let's look at ES. Crazy pump on ES. Keeping us up here. We might see these longs really just continue to step in. 1 minute OB formed. We bounce off the 1 minute order block. So I'd be waiting for a break of structure back to the downside if I was going to short this again. Or for this 15-minute candle to close inside of this breaker still. Get a strong rejection off that 15-minute imbalance. Got 2 minutes left until this candle closes on the 15. Into that 1 minute fair value gap down here. Right above VWAP. So I would still... I mean, if we're reading the trend and we're just trading our structure, this would be a long opportunity here. This would be a pretty good long opportunity, but I really don't like getting into the longs right now. I really want to wait and see how this 15-minute candle closes. But if we were going purely off market structure, it would be a good long opportunity. But we're about to close on this 15 minutes, so I want to see if we close inside of this breaker still. Got about 1 minute left. We're back inside the breaker. Bounce off that 15-minute. I mean, if we really dump here, I'm looking short all the way again. I mean, if this 15-minute closes still inside of this fair value gap down here, I'm shorting it all the way, guys. That would tell me shorts all the way. This fair value gap right here. I don't want to, you know, we might inverse it, but as long as we're closing inside of this breaker, we close back below VWAP, I'm still looking short. This is probably like the most cluttered my charts have been in a long time. There's been so many levels to chart out today. I've really wanted to keep all these levels on here because they're all very key levels. Alright, we're about to close. Looks like we're going to inverse the 15, but we're still going to close inside of that breaker. Alright, so we inverse the 15-minute fair value gap, but we close inside of the breaker block still. A lot of pullback. We bounced off the 15-minute imbalance up there. So I would want to see these shorts come back in, but I need to see them break structure first. Or at least tap into a good fair value gap or something for an entry. But we inverse this 1 minute. See what we do here. If we were going to be very conservative, technically we'd want to wait for us to come all the way down and take out this low before shorting again. That would be the very conservative approach. So we're in the inverse 15-minute fair value gap here. See if we bounce off of it or not. So the nice thing about that last win is if I want to get another entry, it gives me a lot of leverage now. All right, now that I'm back in the green, it gives me a lot more leverage to possibly take another trade. All right, so an aggressive or very aggressive entry would be taking a short off this 1 minute fair value gap. That'd be very aggressive. Don't know if I'd be willing to do that. So we're looking to catch it all the way down to this low. Probably all the way down to low of the day again. Now that we've traded back into a premium. I just don't like that we still haven't broken structure back to the downside yet. That's why this would be a very aggressive entry if we were to do that. Especially just off of the 1 minute time frame. That's a pretty good bounce so far off that 1 minute. Definitely rejecting it right now. Go light. If I get some extra confirmation, I would think about it. Right now, I don't like that we're pushing right through that 1 minute. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Let's see. Did we close above that? We still close inside of that imbalance, but I still don't like this entry yet. Just looking at how the 15-minute candle is opening. It's opening bullish right now. Need to see a little bit more. There's a good drop. All right, I'll test it out. I'll go light. I'll go 1 con here. I'll go 1 con and go super light since my entry is all the way down here. Keep a stop just above at 25.80.50. So I'll just go on 1 con here. I'll test these shorts out. I'll be a little aggressive. Got some room to play with. Got some more leverage now, but I'm just going to go 1 con. That's it. I'm not risking too much here. We respected that 1 minute balance. We dropped pretty hard off of it. So, I mean, I'll test it. Again, that's super aggressive. I have room to play, so that's the only reason I'm doing it. I would not go in a full position just yet. I mean, I'm in a 25% position right now. All right, that's why I'm willing to be a little bit more aggressive here. All right, and if we want to close below these lows, start getting displacement, and then get another retracement move, that's when I would think about adding into a full position or adding into at least a 50% position. Again, we're kind of stalling. We're not seeing that breakout happen. We're not seeing us drop. We're not seeing us take out these lows. So, all right, just a light risk. Testing it out. But I would not add into my position until I see us close below these lows and then get a nice retracement move. Well, that's pretty good so far. Wow, look at that. All right, 56 ticks so far. I'll just keep riding this 1 con right now. Oop, that one came back real quick. If this one pumps right back up, I'll probably just get out of it. Just because we're bouncing off that fair value gap there. If we come up super quick, I'll just get out of my position. I mean, so far so good. We're still in profit. Could just make this a risk-free trade if we want, but it's just one con, so I'm willing to let this go and just kind of manage my trade. Keep my mouse right over that exit all button. If we start to pump super aggressively, I'll just get out of it. All right, we're bouncing off that 1 minute fair value gap. But I do like that we displaced the lows. I like that we displaced our previous low. If we start to reject again, I'd think about adding into 50% position. We'll see here what we do. Don't like that we're still bouncing from that 1 minute. Long wick on the 15 right now. So, I mean, yeah, I'll keep holding this with one con right now. See what happens. We hit about 56 ticks on that, so, I mean, even then, it's more than a 1-to-1. All right, I'll add into an extra con here if we can start to drop. If we can start to drop, I'll add into an extra con. Not yet, though. Not yet. Just don't want to see us pump up aggressively. See, that's pretty aggressive there. Pretty aggressive. Okay, I like that. I like that rejection again. I'm liking that rejection off that 1 minute order block. Still waiting to add into any other positions though. Just want to see. I'm not going to add when this candle's still green. I want to see it turn red. I want to see it go down. Then I would be willing to add. Even if that means my entry moves down a good amount, I'm fine with that. I think, Andres, it's because of the stream. All right, I'll add into another one. I'll add into another con, and I'll just move my stop down. So let's see. Entry moved all the way down. I'll just move my stop down to 20.575. Keep a 45 tick stop. Again, if this one comes up real quick, I'll just get out of it. But I'm down to add into that extra position to see if we get this drop. I mean, we bounced off the 1 minute order block. I know we're still in that 1 minute bullish for value gap. We're kind of battling right now. So again, I'll manage this trade very closely. If we can't seem to break out, I'll probably just scale out and just get out of the position completely. I might not even hold this one to a full stop if it goes up too fast. Like this, we're kind of holding that low too good right now. I don't like that we're holding it. I don't like that we're stalling so much in that 1 minute bullish imbalance. I might cut my loss here. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut my loss. I don't like it very much. I don't like it. It's not moving. It's not moving enough the way I wanted. So again, not gonna take a full loss on that one. You know, even if this one drops, oh well. I don't want to take a full loss on that one. So I was willing to test it out, but didn't want to risk too much on that just because of the way that we're stalling here. We're stalling too much on that 1 minute bullish for value gap. We're moving up too aggressively on this 1 minute candle. So not really willing to hold that. We're just kind of chopping too much. We're bouncing off a 5 minute fair value gap there as well. Long wick on the 15. Don't like that. So we're just not really moving enough for me to like that entry enough. What I want to see out of an entry like this is if I'm being aggressive, I want to see it drop right away. I want to see it be super aggressive right away, get into profit real quick, move my stop to break even. If it doesn't do that, I don't like it as much. When I'm trying to scalp, I don't like that as much. Especially like when I move it lower by adding into a position, I'm trying to see it go quick. If it's not going quick, and I have a low entry, I'm not going to keep holding that. So sometimes you just got to manage your trades a little bit tight, de-risk. Sometimes you just got to get out. Don't take a full stop. Again, I only added into 2 cons there. Typical full size is 4. So 50% position overall. Something I was willing to try out for sure. But now price action's moving pretty slow. So we'll see here what we do. I don't know. Let's see if I want to get another entry or not. I do like that we came down and displaced our previous low that we created. We're making lower lows. Like I said, the more conservative approach would be waiting for us to take out this low all the way down here. But I'm just not liking the way price is moving at this point. But again, a trade I'm willing to try out. Initially, yeah, we hit 56 ticks. It was a pretty good drop. But we just didn't see any follow through on it. No follow through. We're back into that 1 minute again. Strong rejection off that 1 minute another time here. We saw us reject that 1 minute earlier and get that drop off of it. We're seeing it happen again. But either way, with my entry, right, I would have gotten stopped out here anyways. That's why I didn't want to let it keep going. And maybe if I had kept my entry up here, I might have still held on to that. So we'll see. We're still pretty choppy. Still pretty choppy. The VIX is still heading up. We're in the bearish breaker. I think these shorts are still going to come in here. But it's all about timing. Right now, price hasn't been moving too good. We're just a little bit too choppy for me to want to jump back in just yet. All right, but after seeing this move, that made me really want to get in because we were very aggressive to the downside. We've bounced, reject super hard off a fair value gap, but then we just kind of slowly chopped our way back up. So we'll see. I don't know if I'll take another entry right here. Might want to wait a little bit. So yeah, we're just kind of ranging up and down here. Still bouncing off the 1 minute bearish for value gap. We're kind of just bouncing between bullish and bearish. Yeah, and then we have this one down here. And then we got our lows down here. So it still looks like we want to head down. See if we can push through this level. I don't like how we're moving. Oh, there it goes. Now it's dropping a little bit. See if this 1 minute wants to displace. We could still possibly find another short setup here. About to close on the 15. I don't love that 15-minute candle too much, but I do like that we closed bearish on it. We still didn't displace this fair value gap, though. We didn't displace this low. So we'll see if I take another one or not. Again, still green on the day. All right, Enrique. Have a good time. Catch you tomorrow, brother. All right, this one's still trying to drop. So, for anyone still holding those shorts, I mean, like I said, my bias is still very short. Pretty nice drop here. Looks like we're going to displace this 1 minute here. Look at that. Look at that. It's pretty nice. So we displace this 1 minute. And we're dropping. So, I mean, guys, all 3 of our trades today, our bias has been exactly on point. Exactly on point. This one I got a little aggressive, right? But still, I mean, we're right on point with all of our trades today. Been very solid. Hey, there we go. Full TP taken. Nice. Yeah, nice little shorts there. They're really coming down. 15-minute looks like it wants to come target our low of the day. So I'm still expecting these shorts to come down to low of the day here. Try to push through this hourly imbalance. Displace that 1 minute fair value gap. Let's see if we can find another fair value gap to trade off of. You know, we're bouncing off the bearish breaker still. A small 1 minute up here. Because even shorting from here, again, I mean, I would want to take my first TP probably at this low, around 95 ticks. But then I would be willing to hold it all the way down to low of the day. Around 240 ticks or so. But I do expect us to go back to low of the day. So, I mean, at this point, I'm down to risk. I'm okay with risking my profits going back to break even on the day. What I won't do is I won't go into the red on the day. Like, I'm okay with finishing at break even and trying to catch another trade, but I will not let my account go into the red. I'll tell you that. And that's why you see me going a little bit lighter, just kind of testing it out, seeing how we're moving. We're bouncing on the 15-minute here. Okay, we just tapped into that 1 minute fair value gap. See what kind of reaction we get off that level. No, I'm not in right now, but I am looking for shorts here. We tried to catch the short up here, just kind of took our trade out early. Okay, that's a good rejection off that 1 minute fair value gap there. The one thing I don't like is getting an entry down here and then having to have my stop. I mean, we could still keep our stop above that fair value gap. I like these shorts still. Want to get a little bit better of an entry if I can. If not, I might need to get a little bit lower of an entry. I'd like to get an entry a little bit higher. This one might keep going. Might not be able to. Alright, so this one's going to keep going. I don't want to chase this. I don't want to get too low of an entry. But I do really like these shorts still. Yeah, I don't want to chase down here because that TP level is right here. I'd rather get an entry somewhere along up at that 1 minute fair value gap. 2 minute fair value gap up here. I'd like to see if we try to trade into that 2 minute. I mean, we might just keep dropping here. We might not get the chance to get an entry up there. We'll see. We will see. Again, I don't want to force an entry down here. I mean, the reward for that first TP is not enough for me to justify an entry down here. I still think these shorts are really going to step in. But I don't want to force an entry here. I'd rather wait for some pullback. I know we already tapped into that 1 minute. The 1 minute would have been more of an ideal entry. But really just waiting for reaction, so. This one's just waiting to break out again to the shorts. It's gonna break out here. I'm really expecting this one to drop. It's just a matter of when. Just a matter of when. This one's just waiting to drop though. Looks like it's about to. Looks like we're about to really drop and take out some sell side. I would like to see us come up and trade into that 2 minute imbalance first. Get an entry up here. 4 minute imbalance above, 3 minute imbalance above. So we've got a few up there. Really like to see us come up to that point. Get a nice entry up top. Better stop loss. I don't know if we're going to make it all the way up there, though. I'll keep being patient. A lot of stalling, a lot of chop. Don't want to get an entry in the chop. One hour, a lot of very bearish on the 1 hour here. Okay, let's see if we can trade up into that 2 minute and get a nice reaction, good entry up here. Okay, pretty aggressive. I need to see a bounce before I get an entry. I will not force an entry on a very aggressive bullish candle, guys. Something I will always emphasize. If we are very aggressive to the upside, you're not going to see me short. If we're very aggressive to the downside, you're not going to see me just jump in the long. Need to see a reaction off the level first. Like that. That's a good reaction. That's a good reaction right there. Okay, still need to see a little bit more. Need to make sure we're not going to try to push right through that level. Alright, I'll try out the shorts with one con here. Again, still being a little bit aggressive just because we haven't closed on this 2 minute candle. Or that 1 minute candle, but I do like that we bounced so aggressively off that level. So I'll just keep my stop above 50 ticks. I'm in one con, 25.5350. Like I said, I'll risk going to break even today. I won't risk more than that. Again, this is still an aggressive entry because, again, we're still bullish. We haven't seen a bearish candle up here. So it's still a very aggressive entry. And that's why. That's exactly what I mean right here. We're still too aggressive. We're still too bullish, which is why this makes it a very aggressive entry. Which is why I'm always going to tell you guys if this is an aggressive or a conservative entry. Just so you're aware of that. That's why I said this is an aggressive entry because we're not waiting. We didn't wait for that 2 minute candle to close. So we're really heading back up. Okay, so all right, so yeah, again, like I said, very aggressive. Very aggressive. 2 minute closed above that imbalance. 1 minute closed above that imbalance. We're still in the 4 minute. I mean, I have room to maybe take one more trade. I'm still in the green. Like I said, I'm down to go back to break even if we see another good setup. A lot of pullback on that 15-minute time frame. We're still in that 4-minute imbalance. I do like that we created relative to equal lows down here. Right, and on that trade that we won on the longs, like, let's say I would have been up, a few grand. I would have called it and I wouldn't take any more trades. And I know I was in the profit, but I was down to keep, risking a little bit to try to make a little bit more. So I'm completely fine. To me, break even is still okay. As long as you're not going into the red, guys. As long as you're not going into the red. Should never let yourself go from the green to the red. Now we're heading back down a little bit. VIX is still bullish here. I still want to see these shorts come back in. We are getting closer to lunch hour, so volume is dying down a little bit. Would still really like to see the shorts come in, though. But after seeing the 1 minute, the 2 minute being disrespected, I really wanted to wait. We're seeing the 5 and the 3 getting a rejection as well. The 4 and the 3. But the 1 and the 2 got disrespected. Yeah, ES is battling VWAP right now. It's still sitting above it. I do still want to see the shorts come back in, though. Traded back into a premium of that range. Direction. Short. Go short. Yeah, true. I mean, it's been happening all day. I want shorts to come in. They come in. Pretty nice. Oh, give me 1 sec, guys. All right, so obviously price action is it's not as good as it was before. I mean, we're still seeing the market go in the direction we want it to. Still in the green. Just want to see a little bit more, but going into lunch hour, obviously volume dies down. We're not going to see as much movement. I really want to see these shorts still step in here. $15-minute candle closes in a few seconds. All right, we're just closing the 15-minute. So just a little bit choppy. As long as we're in this breaker, I still want to see the shorts come in. ES is still holding us up right now, though. But I would really like to see us fall off and come take out the low of the day here on NQ. Still respecting this 4-minute bearish imbalance. 3-minute bearish imbalance. Still really like these shorts here. Just don't want to get chopped up. So I'll keep being patient here. You know, sometimes NQ will go back to being toxic every once in a while. It was very nice to us, and then it got a little bit mean. We'll just keep waiting. So ES is really still just holding us up over here. ES sitting above VWAP still, not helping us out. Not helping us out very much. VIX is still pumping, so I still really want to see these shorts come in. We're still on that bearish breaker. We traded up into a premium, into a 15-minute fair value gap. We dropped exactly how we wanted. All right, so obviously this entry would have been better than the entry that I had over here. This would have been more ideal. Hindsight's always 20/20. Too much chop. So, I mean, as usual, just got to be patient. Just got to be patient. If I end at break even, I end at break even. The worst thing you could do right now is force trades, overtrade, and end up in the red today after being in the green. It's one thing to end at break even. It's a whole other thing to let yourself revenge trade, or not revenge trade, but get too greedy or overtrade and then end up in the red on the day. Don't want to do that. Looking like we want to head down here. Just want to see us get out of this chop. ES is still trying to break through VWAP. Well, Jack, I'm glad that, you went onto a sim account and you practice on that. That shows a lot of strength. It's sometimes it's going to be one of those days. And like I always say, the biggest thing is that you're able to be honest with yourself about it. You're able to be honest with us about it. And that's the biggest thing. You understand what happened. You work through it. You move on to tomorrow's a new day. Good old technology. And, that's my worry sometimes about running longer sessions is that people get a little bit impatient and they start trying to force trades. And my advice always to someone that is in that situation that is feeling impatient is literally just walk away. Turn off the stream and walk away. Just get out of that feeling, get out of that mindset. That's really one of the only things you can do unless you have great discipline. If you can build that discipline, yes. But if you're still struggling to build that discipline, just walk away. Don't even let that temptation get to you. All right, ES is holding strong. We're heading right back up. Now we created relative to equal lows. Relative to equal lows down here. I would like to see price come back and target those eventually. Pretty bullish here on the 15-minute. Back into that 1-minute imbalance again. Yep. Well, and that'll do that when you're trying to guess the top is not very fun. See, we trade back into that 1-minute imbalance again. As I've been saying this, guys, overall, I still want to see us drop. This is that time in the market where it gets real slow, kind of ranges. We just got to wait for that next time when price moves, which typically we'll kind of see it around the start of lunch, maybe around 12:10 Eastern. See a little bit of a macro around 12:10, 12:20. Price will move a little bit depending on the day. Sometimes gives us a better opportunity. Bounced pretty good off that 1 minute again. That's what it's all about. As long as we can build that discipline. That's my whole goal, guys. That's literally like the Eternal Exchange motto, building disciplined traders, right? We're not building gamblers. We're not building bad habits. No, we're building discipline. That's the whole purpose. Building a process and a discipline. That way, every day that you want to trade in the future, once you've built that discipline, you can sit on the computer, you can look for your setup, you can keep your risk management. If you don't see your setup, you stay out. If you take losses, you leave, you walk away. If you get your wins, you hit your profit goal, you walk away. And it's that simple. It really is. Once you get to that point, it's that simple. Yeah, so I'm not really liking the way we're moving right now. I'll probably wait, honestly, guys, if I'm going to take another trade. I'll probably wait until like 9:10, 9:20. So since we ran an educational yesterday, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post that educational under educational recordings for you guys we're not going to run one today. I've got to take care of a few things. But I will still be looking at the charts, looking to see if there's any trade setups during lunch hour before our prop firm session. So no educational, but just make sure you have your notifications on, just in case I do see a good setup that I want to take, and I will call it out for you guys. I still think we're going to see some pretty good setups for today. I still think our price action on the day as a whole has been very good. And I think it will continue to be pretty good. We just got to break out of this range. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small break real quick. I'm going to come back to my computer. I'll look right back at the charts, see what's going on, get some work done. And then I'll call out a trade for you if we see something, and then we'll be back for prop firm session to end the day. Does that sound good to you guys? I think we really just got to wait for price to start moving a little bit more. I think that's the biggest thing. I don't want anybody to start trying to force trades into the market right now when we're moving too slow, without conviction. I attempted a few trades. I liked them. Got a little aggressive. Didn't work out, but you saw that I kept my risk management very tight, right? You didn't see me go full position. You didn't see me go huge stop losses in a full position. No. As long as, I can risk a little bit here and there, as long as we're not going back into the red on the day. That's what today is about. And trying to, maybe catch a nice big move, stay in profit, end the day in the green. So it should either be a break-even day or it should be a nice day in profit. It should not be a red day. And if it is, I know I've been seeing you guys talking about it, saying, yeah, I've learned from it. This is what I did wrong. Perfect. Journal it. Move on. Move on to tomorrow. All right. Well, I'm going to hop off here. Just keep looking at the charts, because normally when I say I hop off, price likes to kind of move a lot. Like right now. Right as I say I'm hopping off, we see the price action moving. Because they do listen to me. I'm almost positive. The market makers are listening to my stream. And they're saying, all right when Trader Joe hops off, we're going to move the market like crazy. See, look at that. Right as I say I'm hopping off, we're getting more volume than we've seen in a little while. And now we start to see the shorts coming in. This always happens. But now I'm going to stay on, and then it's going to go back to chopping. Told you. Called it. We're about to end on the hour here. Minute candle is looking like it wants to go down. Shorts look like they want to step back in. I don't know if that move will happen at least for another 10 to 20 minutes though. Okay, I'll wait for like one more minute. I'll wait for one more minute. We'll give it one more. Hour closes here in 10 minutes. VIX is still pumping, still bullish, still very short bias today. All right, new hour candle. I want to see it kind of trade up a little bit, form a wick on the upside, and then start to drop. There we go. That's a nice rejection there. It's a nice rejection. The 1 minute order block, 1 minute fair value gap. So this 1 minute wants to close. Yes, it's still sitting above VWAP. I really want to see these shorts come in. Like I said, we might need to wait about another 10-20 minutes for that to happen. Well, we're bouncing off the order block, respecting the fair value gap. Yeah, it's still too rangy for me right now. Still too rangy. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a 10-minute break here. I'm going to grab something to eat real quick, come back to the charts, see what we got going on, see if there's a really good setup for us to take, and I'll call it out to you guys. Alright, so, yeah, like I said, keep those notifications on, and I will talk to you guys very soon. I appreciate everybody that stuck around. I think overall, still a solid session. Technically still in the green. Not a lot in the green, but we are in the green. So I will talk to you soon, guys. Appreciate you all. God bless. Peace.